Hey everyone, happy January. Can you believe it? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching today or watching the replay. I hope you guys had great holidays. Again, I just can't believe I haven't been on with you for so long. But so we had Christmas. Hang on, there we go. We had Christmas and New Year's, and I hope you had a great time with family. Even FaceTime calls, right? Hey, Chris. So I hope that it was a relaxing holiday for everybody. My birthday falls in the first week of January, and so I tend to kind of still be in holiday, vacation, relaxation mode. Hi, Barb. And so it takes me a little bit in January to kind of get going. So it's usually about the second week because that's after Christmas, New Year's, and my birthday. And then last week I kind of got tied up. I had some heart issues and some testing and all sorts of things. And thank heavens, I'm happy to report that it's all good and praises and I'm fine. And it was false alarm, I guess. I don't know. So now I'm finally back, and again, I feel, hey, Corinne, I feel like it's been forever, but rested after the holidays, healthy, good heart after last week's testing. So now I'm back. Let's stamp and share. Thanks, Chris. It really is. You know, you just never know. So very grateful. But as you guys all know, right? So new catalogs have started. We've got our new mini catalog for the spring with some really cool stuff. We've got Sale-A-Bration happening only until the end of February. And this is our only celebration of 2023. So a little different than the past few years. So we want to make sure that we're looking at all of the Sale-A-Bration product. Of course, all that product is free. And it's either rewarded to you with a $50 purchase or $100. So if you purchase several hundred, then of course you can pick and choose which items you want. So today, you might have seen the flyer. I'm going to stamp using the Country Floral Suite. And I know that's, see, I'm just still messing up on all my names. I know there's another word in there. Country Floral Lane Suite. Country Bouquet is the stamp set and the punch. And it's fun because it's a good love set. It's not just Valentine, but yet it gives you a couple different heart punches, size-wise, and with a small one. And it punches some of that designer paper, that DSP. So it's pretty cool. But I wanted to pair it with the adorable owls. This is one of the Sale-A-Bration offerings, and it's fun because you get to color it if you choose. And so we're going to color with alcohol markers today and make some cards. I've got 3 cards for you. 2 of them use the owls, but they all use the Country Floral Lane Suite. So if you're following along, that suite begins on page 8 of this new purple mini. All right, the other thing that's a little different this year is the mini catalog only lasts until April. So if there's something that you want, you got to make sure that you get those orders in because we could be running out. So usually by about March is time to I hope it's still available kind of thing. So get your orders in. Hi, Ramona. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hi, Mary Jo. So get your orders in. I've got specials that I posted with the original graphic. So I'm kind of changing it a little bit. So I've got a host code for you, but you want to get those orders in. Any order is going to get a PDF tutorial, the color tutorial for all 3 projects today with measurements and things like that and photos, of course. And then $50 will get you the class packet. So you'll be able to pick up all 3 cards. I'll send you the full packet with the ribbon and the embellishments. You'll just add your stamp and your ink and adhesives, of course. And then if you purchase, plus at 50, you'll get to choose the Sale-A-Bration item, right? So I'm going to suggest you pick those adorable owls so that you can stamp those along. And then any order above 75, you'll get a free embellishment with everything else. So lots of fun things. I want you to be able to grab as much as you can. It's a great time to stock up. I'm finding customers stocking up on envelopes and cardstock and things like that because you get those free celebration items. So why not, right? Okay. So again, I hope you guys had a great holiday and first half of January, right? Here we are already in the second half. It's hard to believe. Celebration's been going for 2 weeks already. So we only have 6, maybe 7 weeks left till the end of February when celebration will be over for 2023. But I know Stampin' Up! Has lots of new fun things coming for the rest of the year, but those celebration items will be gone after February. So keep that in mind. Okay. I'm going to turn the camera down because I want to show you a couple things about this suite that I just love, okay? Hang on just a sec. It's been a while. Let's hope everything goes fine and doesn't pop out and all that good stuff. And then let me just kind of bring myself up on my tablet. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Let me wait until you guys can see, till I know you can see. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let me bring this up and turn this way. I think I'll just work upside down today. That is okay. Come on. There we go. Oh my goodness. It's not just when you think you're back in the swing of things, right? Sorry, guys. Okay. Hopefully that will work. There we go. We'll just do that. So one of the things I want to show you is for Pete's sakes, all of this beautiful country floral paper. You can see it has hearts, of course, right? Things for Valentine's and love, but it also has these fun bicycles and stripes and sort of flowers and hearts and things. So it's just really a fun paper. Okay, come on, camera. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. Hang on. I want to make sure, there we go. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm in view so that when I start creating, you're going to get to see everything. All right, so one of these beautiful 12 by 12 papers is this fun heart piece. And I wanted to show you because maybe you've seen it, but the punch that comes with this bundle, isn't it sweet? It's got hearts and leaves, but if you hold it up, it looks like an angel. So I've seen some cards created where people have used this for the angel head and the arms and the little dress or body of the angel. Isn't that sweet? And I'm thinking you could punch that out with white paper or kind of even like a lacy paper. That would just be beautiful, I think. But in order to use it with this piece, I wanted to show you what I've done here as my sample. I made some cards the other day for my Stampin' Besties card club. And I just wanted to show you that you're just going to take your 12 by 12 piece and trim, either by hand or with your trimmer, but just in between the small pink hearts and the large red ones. Trim right in there, and then you're going to get a whole sheet like this, and your punch will fit right in. And just line it up, and it just cuts out all those pieces beautifully. Isn't that nice? I think that's pretty cool. So keep that in mind if you want to use these hearts on your project, like that with the different leaves and things. It'll be really pretty. All right, today we're going to use the punch, but in a little different way. We're going to use it with some of the fine shimmer paper. Okay. If I could my phone to cooperate. That would just be really wonderful, you guys. All right, let me show you what we're gonna make today. I gave you kind of teaser photos, right? Yesterday, I showcased one card. Let's see how this lines up. Let's see if that's gonna work. Come on back. Oh, yay, okay. Okay, now I can kind of see where it wants me to be. I never know kind of where my square is for working. So this is the first card. This is the one I showed you yesterday. And this cute little small heart is from this punch, right? See how we have just a little heart up there? And that's from the fine shimmer paper. So in the spring catalog, we have a pack of fine shimmer paper, it's called. And look at it, isn't it beautiful? It's got soft succulent, fresh freesia, and then a gold color. Well, the soft succulent really looked good with the mint macaron that I used on this card, so I decided to go for it. But aren't these colors just beautiful? And I hope that you can see how glimmery, shimmery they are. Just beautiful. And then our second card for today is a Valentine's card. And so it just has this cute flap. And I punched a large heart from the punch out of the gold shimmer. And then our last card, it's a birthday card. It's your day. Again, with those cute owls. I think anybody would love to do that. And I'm also using the ribbon and the embellishments from this suite, from the Country Floral suite. Pastel adhesives with sequins, and then the Real Red and Burlap Combo Pack ribbon, which is really fun. You can see it's got some nice ribbon there. So we're gonna use that today. All right. Well, I wish there was a way that I could have figured this out before I got you guys on here. Okay, doggone it. Let's start. We are gonna make this just wanted to say card, owl card, and it says, I love that we are friends, with the hearts. Now these sentiments and the little hearts are from the Country Bouquet stamp set, which is the bundle with the punch. All right, so even though it's right off the bat, you think, oh, it's only for Valentine's. It's really not. It's great for anniversaries, love, just all sorts of things throughout the year. Obviously, it has hearts, but it also has flowers and things like that. Okay, then we're using the Something Fancy dies. And these are neat because on these tag sections, we have 3 options to be able to cut out at the same time. And I'll show you on that card. So I just used some tape that I have, and to be able to cut it out quickly and easily, to be able to cut a whole bunch, right? And then we've got our stylish shapes. Though these are something everybody, you probably already have these, but they're just nice and they're so versatile. I think they're out of stock for another few weeks or into February because they're so popular, but you want to make sure that you have these because look, there's banners, squares, and circles, and then they're all stitched. And they stitch the negative as well as the positive, so around the outline of where you cut out. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's get to it. We've got everything, hopefully, hopefully right here to make this cute card. Let's see. Lots of little pieces. And I'm just going to use thick basic white for the card base. And that's because I thought it just looked really cute. When I designed the card and I put on the white tag and the white sentiment, I just felt like it needed a little bit more white, kind of in thirds, right? The rule of thirds. So I needed to get some more white. So I decided to use a white base with the petal pink and mint macaron. It's just a pretty color. I'm not one very often for these muted colors because I love bright colors, but I love the way that these colors just went together, right? I guess it's because of the DSP here. So the easiest way to start this is to put on these side pieces. This is all from the Country Floral Lane suite, all of this DSP. And this doesn't look Valentine-y at all, right? It kind of does when I flip it over, but these pink pieces have little hearts and X's and O's, so they're kind of Halloween-y, but it's very subtle. So I kind of like that you're not really, you know, seeing it a lot. All right, these are cut just a little long. Let's see. Okay, well, they're both cut long, so let's just trim them a little bit with my scissors. Or my mint macaron piece is cut a little short. It's hard to know. But I'd like to have a little bit of little margin there. So we're not going to have very much, but that's okay. And we'll just add a little bit of adhesive there. So tell me in the comments, you guys, I hope that you had nice holidays. It seems like they were eons ago now, right? I understand. Did you get together with family? We had a quiet Christmas by ourselves, but then saw, of course, FaceTime with, you know, grandkids and things, but then had different Christmases throughout that week pretty much. So that was kind of nice. It just kind of kept things going. So this flowery piece I really like, and I'm just trying to center it now. I put on my edge pieces because I thought it would be easier to center this piece. So see this piece, I must have cut my green piece short. Silly me. Because this piece is really short, or excuse me, long as well. I should have checked all that first. Let's take a little bit more off. So this class, I think, will be a really fun class, and I know that you guys will love it, and you'll love getting it free with your orders, right? All right, so now that we've got this top piece, we're just gonna put it right on, and I'm gonna pay attention that my hearts are going the right direction, which they are so far. And let's turn it around. Okay. So that part is pretty simple. Let's stamp our cute owl. Let me just put this out of the way a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to use some tuxedo black ink, because then I can use it to color with. And this particular owl is the owl, I think he's flying. And let's get him on this tag. Hopefully he's gonna fit on there. There we go. He's really cute. All right. Let's put that ink away. And while we're here with the ink, let's do our sentiment. Let me get a piece of paper here. Okay. So our sentiment, for the front says, I just wanted, or excuse me, it just says just wanted to say. No I in there. And I've got some mint macaron ink. All right, so we've got that piece. And then our inside is going to be that cute saying from the Country Bouquet set about friends. I love that we are friends. Do you send your friends Valentine cards? Or Galentine cards, sometimes people call them? This year, I think I'm gonna get the chance to have a Galentine because one of my best friends is gonna be coming into town. So I think we're gonna have some fun. We'll have to think of something fun to do. All right, there's my envelope. So let's get our little tag here. And let's color it. I'll show you what I've got. Crumb cake, both crumb cakes, light and dark petal pink, and light mint macaron. So the dark petal pink, so I'm not doing too much shading on this little guy, but the dark petal pink, I'm going to do his face. And the fun thing about this set, the Adorable Owls, there's no right or wrong. Gosh, you could just color this little guy any color you want. Now, I, of course, picked out colors that coordinated with the designer paper that I'm using. So that's, if you're thinking, Carol, where did you get these colors from? That's why. I just thought, well, heck, I'm no artist, but I'll just take the colors that are in the paper so that this little owl will coordinate. So whatever paper you're using, oh, not in that part. That's part of the other owl, or part of his, I don't know what that section is, part of his forehead, we'll call it. So I used the mint macaron just for his eyes. Again, I just wanted to kind of bring out colors from the paper. There we go. Okay, so then the dark crumb cake, again, no right or wrong. You color them whatever you like, but I just kind of did the accent areas. And his belly. And I'm not shading, so it's a very quick color. Okay, and then the light crumb cake is for these other areas. Oops. I like to use the bullet tip. And so see how I had done some pink there because I forgot what colors I was going to use where? It covers it right up. It's all right. No one will know. And then we'll just do some light down here. And I'm going to use some of that cute crumb cake ribbon that came in the suite just to put a little bit up on the tie, to tie the tag. It's really just for looks because the tag doesn't really do anything other than sit on the card and look cute. Okay, so here's our cute little owl. And got a little bit of this ribbon. It's kind of fun to have a ribbon pack when there's more than one ribbon, I think. I like choices. So I'm just gonna do a quick over-under. Okay, and then just trim the edges. So they look cute. All right, so we've got our tag here. So I'm gonna pop this up with some dimensionals. And remember, that's just from the alcohol ink, that's okay. That's why I put a pad down so it didn't get on my tabletop. Just kind of bleeds through a little bit. So I thought he kind of looks cute, just kind of on an angle. Oops. But sorry, I forgot I was working upside down, you guys. There we go. That's going to look better to you. And then we've got our sentiment that we stamped. And it's just going to go down here. Just wanted to say. All right, so both of these dies, this die is right here, and then the tag die is down here, and that's from the Something Fancy dies, which are from the Fancy Flora suite. There we go, he's so cute. All right, so let's get our inside piece onto our mint macaron rectangle. So remember that when I send you these packets, after you place your order, I'll email you the PDF, which is the full color tutorial, and then I'll send you out a packet that has all of these papers in it. Well, now we're going to be in the same doggone situation we were. Sorry, guys. I usually check these beforehand, and I forgot. Getting back into the swing of things, but my measurements are just off a little bit. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, I think so. There we go. And then once you're creating them, obviously place your order and make sure that you have the adorable owls. And then when you're creating them, if you have any questions at all, of course, just reach out. I'm here to help. Or if you need help placing your order, I'm always here to help with that as well. All right, so there's our inside. Now, we need to dress this up a little bit with those pastel sequins. They're kind of fun. You get 2 sheets in the pack, and this is what you're going to receive as your freebie. If your order is over $75, you'll get these sequins. Everybody else will just get a few to put on their cards in their packet. But 1 sheet is the larger size and 1 sheet is the smaller size. So that's kind of fun. So you can just grab whichever it is that you were wanting to use. So I wanted to use pink ones on this, and let me get, I'm going to put 2 small pink ones. They kind of fly right up here, and they're iridescent, so you can kind of find pink, different shades of pink on this sheet so that you can use whichever ones you want. And then I'm going to put another one down here, but we want to punch some of that beautiful fine shimmer paper. So I've just cut a little strip because I want it to fit into my punch without wasting and punching all these other pieces that I don't need. So I've just got a little one there. All right. So I'm going to put a small Stampin' Dimensional right on this right side of the heart, so it kind of is at the same height as my tag. Then I don't want things to look lumpy or bumpy. Okay, and then I'll just put a little bit of adhesive on that little side so he sticks to the tag. There we go. How cute is that? And then let's get another pink sequin here and put right there. All right. How cute is that? First card of our trio today. I think this one's cute. I love these little owls. It took me a little while to open them, and you know, obviously I haven't done a whole bunch of creating these past few weeks, but I think that they're really cute and they're so fun, and I do like to color. I like to use my blends. So I think that you'll have fun with them. Okay. So card number 2 is the one that has the flap. Let's get it for you. It has some more hearts. This is actually our Valentine card. And hopefully you can kind of see that. It just has this flap up top, but I'll show you how I made it so that you can remake it at home when you receive your packet. All right. So this one we used our stylish shape dies, and we used the largest circle to cut out from the designer paper, and then one that's just white. And then this piece I've scored right at the top at 1/2 inch. That way I can tuck it behind. But on the bottom, I want to make a banner. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. If you want to measure, you feel good, and go ahead and do that. That is no problem at all. But I'm just gonna guesstimate kind of where my center is. And I'm gonna snip up to how far I want my corners. And then I'm gonna go back to this corner. And I'm just gonna angle my scissors to that section. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on here. I'm gonna look for where that point is. There we go. And for me, it's just much simpler that way. Now, if you have a die or a punch or something that goes that wide, this is I think 3 inches on this paper. Go for it. All right, so now I'm just going to attach, because I have this little fold, the back side right here to my Macimero piece. So let me get my adhesive here. Let me clean up my mess a little bit. All right. Put a little adhesive on there. And again, I'm centering it, I'm eyeballing it. When you make yours, it's okay to eyeball it, but it's certainly okay to measure if that's what you want to do. That works just fine. All right. So now I can see down here that my points are a little long, and they'll work because I can kind of put it on my sweet sorbet piece, but I might trim those a little bit. So sometimes your, just depends how long you make that bottom cut, and it just might be a shallower or deeper. And I'm just gonna go up. So I'm just kind of keeping the same angle. But that way it's just gonna make it a little shorter. Okay. So I can go ahead and glue this onto my base piece, which is Sweet Sorbet. And I'm using Sweet Sorbet because that is the red actually that they've used in the designer paper, or one of the colors I should say. So I just thought I would pull it from there. And again, all the measurements are going to be in that color tutorial, you guys. I should also say, I apologize, you guys. I got a little bit behind with my orders from the past month. So all of those thank you gifts that came through around New Year's through the last couple of weeks, I guess it hasn't, maybe 2.5 weeks. All of those went out to the post office this morning. So I apologize, but your thank you gifts are in the mail, ready, and I've got some cute paper samplers for you and some brand new adhesives. So I hope you enjoy those. All right, let's see. I want to put this, let's put this piece on, this cute circle with these beautiful hearts. I want to put this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then we're going to tie some ribbon around. So it's kind of a big circle, but I think that we can use a few dimensionals and help it stay on there. And then we'll tie the ribbon. All right. So we'll get the circle on here. I just want to kind of line up these hearts so that they look like they're going up and down. I'm a little bit over. Okay, cute. Then we've got this cute ribbon, and we want to tie off in a bow. And I think in the tutorial I put maybe 14 inches, but it just depends how big you like your bow. Okay, and I'm going to turn it around so I can do it right side up, and then I'll flip it to show you. It's beautiful ribbon. And I love that the two ribbons in this pack are different, right? They're just different looks about them. Okay. So let's trim these edges. And I wanted to use some of the gold shimmer this time with a large heart from the punch. And when you're using this large heart, sometimes it works if you put it in at the corner of the paper, then you don't get as much waste of paper, but you don't get extra punching that you didn't need, see? So that worked out. So let's get him on there. He's kind of cute. Oh, I remember, see, I forgot already. I'm gonna redo it because I wanted the large part of the heart on the outside, which means I need to punch with the paper upside down. So it doesn't matter, it's just one of those kind of silly things. There we go. So if I punch it upside down, then I will get kind of the fat side of the heart over here where I wanted him. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put a dimensional on that, and I'm just gonna put one down here on the bottom as well, and a little adhesive on this side that's gonna be stuck up onto our large circle. So one of the things to remember is that this piece is going to lift up. So we don't want it to go over here and kind of lock it down in place because we've got that dimensional. So we want to keep it on the banner piece. Okay. So now we can go ahead and put on our sequins. I'm going to put a large sequin in gold over here. And I'm going to use a couple of the smaller sequins in gold right here. There we go. All right, so the front part is done. Let's do the inside. So what I've got is a large stitch circle from the Stylish Shapes, the largest size. And we're going to stamp right on it. And we're going to use our Sweet Sorbet ink. And we're going to say Happy Valentine's Day. Right across it. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't want to have to write a lot inside your cards, this is a great card because there's not going to be much space. So you can just say, love you, have a great day. And we'll do a couple hearts. All right. So let me just set that here. And let's do the hearts on the envelope. And this time we can kind of do a few, look like a few little hearts dancing there. Okay. Let's close this up. Okay, so we're going to put some adhesive on the back of this white circle. And I want to kind of line it up with this top circle. So I'm just going to kind of line it up and try and keep the wording straight, roughly as best I can. I'm just going to kind of line it up. I want it to be hidden under the flap when it closes. Okay, there we go. So here's the flap. Lift it up. Happy Valentine's Day. Very simple card, you guys. You could do this card with all sorts of sayings. Fun card for especially a young kid, because they're going to want to be playing with the flap and everything. But it fits in one of our regular envelopes, and it's just kind of a fun thing. You could even turn this into a pocket to hold a gift card or money or something, a gift for an older teenager or something, or a Starbucks card or something. I think it's pretty cute. I hope you guys liked it. Okay, that was card number 2 for today. Now we're going to do our third card. And this one is cute. We've got a couple different things we're going to do on it. A couple of kind of this near the same, but let's get our sample. This is our birthday card. So it says, it's your day. And you could write happy birthday inside. I just put flowers so that then I could handwrite it. But I think he's cute. Look at this owl. He has a party hat. He is ready to party. And then for the sequins, the sheet doesn't have red sequins. But that's okay, because we can just make them with our alcohol markers. So that's what I did here. So we're going to do that in a little bit. Let's get our pieces together. This is a fun class, you guys. It's just fun to have, some cards, a birthday card. What have we got? A Valentine's card. And then just a special friends card. So that's kind of nice. Okay, we're going to use some more of our red ribbon and some of these pieces. Let's see. And this designer paper, even though it has red hearts, I don't feel like it has to be Valentine's Day. It's just cute with the flowers and things. On the back is a very subtle, it's the balmy blue. It has little white hearts, but again, it could be used for anything. Anniversary. Anytime that you just want to send it to a special loved one, I think. All right, so we're going to put the designer paper right on this piece of sweet sorbet. And I just made really small margins because I just wanted it to kind of pop through there. Okay, so now we're going to put on a piece of ribbon, just like that. So we're going to tack this down on the back and then adhere everything to the front of our card. So we've got our card base here. Again, we're using the thick basic white, so it's nice and sturdy. But again, on this card, I just wanted to have a pop of white, which doesn't happen very often. So when I send you your kit, it will have all of the ribbon and the sequins you need. Of course, everything else is cut. I've got the die cuts ready for you like this, and you'll just stamp, and you can color your owl on that. So they're ready to go. In fact, my assistant was here this week, and we were able to get a lot of the cutting already done. So they are ready. Okay, so that part's kind of simple. Let's do a little stamping. On our petal pink banner cut here, we're going to stamp It's Your Day. And this is from the Adorable Owl set, so that is in the red rubber, the cling. So, but what I want to do is I want to stamp way over here to the left because this part's going to be hidden underneath the owl. So let's see. Hopefully we can do it. I might bring it a little bit towards me. And hopefully we'll just get it on there straight. And if not, we're going to pretend it's straight for now. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, sometimes those red rubber stamps are a little tough, right? Since you can't see through them. Okay, and we're going to use our black Memento ink again because we're going to make another owl. Let's see, this owl's going to have the party hat on. He's cute, he's celebrating. And we'll just put him down on that die cut piece. All right, and then we've got just this cute little flower, which is from the Country Bouquet set. So I thought, well, that'd be fun. We'll just stamp that in the Sweet Sorbet. And it has a little heart, so I'm trying to stamp it. See, it has one little heart in there. Oh, I guess it has a couple little ones. Well, that one larger one, I just wanted to make him a little bigger. So we'll, and try to get him upright a little bit. So it's cute. It's a cute little stamp. You can color it with markers if you want to use different colors, right? The Stamp and Write markers, not the alcohol markers. Okay, let's color him. We're going to do pretty much the same thing because our paper has a lot of the same colors. So I am going to add some Sweet Sorbet, though, that we didn't use last time. But give him a little party hat. It's a little fluff ball, the color of his eyes. And again, I'm not really shading on this, I'm just coloring. And here's the Sweet Sorbet. So his eyes and the little fluff ball are the mint macaron. Sweet Sorbet. Now I'm going to come in with the petal pink and do these little sections on his party hat. Plus I'm going to go back and do his face again. So this part is a lot like last time. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to put my paper down. Let's do that. As soon as I start pressing on it, I think about, oh, it's going to go through. So again, I'm using petal pink because petal pink is in the designer paper that we're using. So just a quick little color. Now let's use our dark and light crumb cake. Dark first. And let's get this little belly. This cute little belly. There we go. And his little beak, which you could certainly do that beak a different color if you wanted. Okay, now light crumb cake to finish him up. I think this set is very appropriately named Adorable Owls, don't you? They are pretty stinking cute. What has been your favorite celebration item? You like the papers? One of the stamps? There's a lot of fun things this time. Okay, so that part is done. And we've stamped our sentiment for the front. So let's put them together. So I'm going to just attach these two pieces together here, the banners right on top of each other. Then I'm gonna put them onto the card with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, let's see. And what I want to do is I want to get the dimensionals, I want to straddle this ribbon, but I don't want to only be on the ribbon. And if I put them in the middle, it will, and the ribbon will just kind of, you know, move around like that. Hopefully you can see that. Excuse me. So I'm going to put the dimensionals right along the edge to try to catch on the top and the bottom of the ribbon. It's okay if it goes on the ribbon, but I also want some on that paper. So I don't always do this, but on this type of project, I just think we need to be sure we're kind of straddling the ribbon, I guess it would be a better way to say it. And you could cut off the half that you're not using because it is going to hide underneath the die cut. I want to leave a little bit of space right here on the left because I'm going to put some ribbon, just do a tie there. So I'm going to take this pretty much all the way over here to the edge. Again, it's going to be hidden once I put the owl on. All right, so now the owl's going to sit like this. And so I want to put dimensionals. I want to straddle this. So I want to put dimensionals just on the top and just on the bottom. All right. So here's the bottom of our cute little birthday owl. And then the top is going to have a little bit more space. It won't be so crunched, so I'll space out those dimensionals a little bit. But that way it doesn't get rocky and kind of wobble on the sentiment piece. Okay, so I'm going to cover up on the left. I kind of want to show some of that red. And I could even go a little higher if I wanted. So you see, I could have got my words a little bit over even. I wish I kind of had, but that's okay. So let's cut a piece of the ribbon. And you need to cut a piece larger than you plan on using because you need some to tie it. If you cut it too short, then you won't be able to tie it. So we'll just tie a piece there, just like that. Easy peasy. And if we think that it's kind of in the way of the sentiment, we can play around with it. And we can also make the ends, the little tails, a little shorter if we want. That looks good. All right, so remember I said we were going to color a couple of these. So we're going to use our dark sweet sorbet. And I don't need to color underneath it. I just want to color right on top. That's also going to make it easier to place them on our project because it we don't have to wait as long for it to dry, don't have to worry about it. Sometimes if you color like a rhinestone, then the bottom edges where the adhesive is gets the alcohol marker on it, and that might get on your project. So you just have to be a little more careful. But with this, it should be okay. All right, so I will let those sit for just a second while we do our inside. So we've stamped our inside piece, mounted it on a piece of sweet sorbet so it can go inside our card. And that extra cardstock behind it, that matting, I just feel like it just kind of helps it pop. I could stamp just on the white inside, but I just feel like the inside should look as cute as the front. Why not? Right? We made all this effort to make a card. Let's make it all the way cute. And dress up the inside. All right, and we'll just try to center that. Now this size of the Sweet Sorbet back piece is the same size as the front. So it's kind of nice when you're cutting, everything is the same. This is a little long, so let's trim that. Sometimes you got to play with it a little bit and then you realize it needs to be trimmed up. So there we go. Okay. So our inside's there. We've got everything on the front except our newly red sequins. So let's put those in place. And there really isn't a right or wrong place. It's wherever you want to put them. I decided just to put some in the middle of some of these cute pink flowers. So I'm just kind of looking around to see where there's another one. Let's see, maybe this one. And maybe that one. Wherever you like. And then we stamped our envelope. We put the little flower on to match the inside of our card. It's your day. Happy birthday. I think it's pretty cute. I'm loving these owls. The more I use them, you guys, I just love them. All right. I hope you guys are liking this. I'm sorry about my technical stuff. Getting back in the swing of things. I'm sure it's all on me, but it's so fun to be back with you. Now I have a couple more things. Obviously, here is all of the information for ordering. Make sure you use this particular host code so that you will get, everybody will get a free PDF no matter what you order of today's projects. And then $50 will get you the cardstock, the die cuts, the ribbon, the embellishments, everything to make these 3 cards. And you'll also get to order a celebration reward. If your purchase is over $75, and this is minimum with just your product, right? Not shipping and tax. Then I'll also send a full pack of those embellishments we used today, those pastel sequins. They're really cute. But I've got one more thing to talk about. So hang on, I'm gonna flip the camera up, hopefully. Hang on. Okay. There we go, maybe. Oh gosh, sorry you guys. Okay, I'll sit back here because I want to talk about this little guy right here. Have you seen him? It's the new Boho Blue mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. So my team is growing. I always love that. Obviously, right? It's fun to have more people to share with and stamp with. But we've added some new people because they want this cute machine. So here's how you get it. When your order is 120, when you join and you join my team with my links, you choose $175 of product. Anything you want from the catalogs, the clearance list, anything that you can, anything from that's current, right? Or the clearance rack. But $175 of product, you will receive this machine, your $175 of product. But guess what? You just pay $125. That's it, and free shipping. So that is over $50 saving, over $100 saving plus shipping. So nearly $120 saving you guys. Excuse me. And what that means is then you can order anything you want with your discount. It means that you'll be a Stampin' Chick. It also means that you get to, as a Stampin' Chick, have all the perks of everybody on my team. And so there's free tutorials, all sorts of things that get you, oh, Mary Ellen, you're right. All sorts of things that are perks to you. You can order early from new catalogs. You have access to lots of different things as a Stampin' Up! Demo. So consider it. I would love more people to join. It's always fun. And think about it. And think about getting this new machine basically for free, right? With all sorts of other things. So as Mary Ellen is saying, the name of this color is boho blue. So we're pretty sure. So boho blue must be one of our new in colors that's coming in May with our new catalog. So we've got 5 colors that come every year. At some point we're due for a color refresh. This might be the year. So we might be getting way more than 5. But this gorgeous color, kind of would you call it a cornflower? I would call it a cornflower blue, but it's gorgeous. And you can do all your die cutting, but this size is really great. If you go to crops or even just for meetings, Stampin' Up! Meetings or wherever, this is a great one to bring with you because it's small. So fun. Hey, Tony. All right, you guys. I love, phone. Maybe I need a new stand. Okay, I'll scooch back. I love being back with you guys. Thank you for your patience. You're so sweet. And your well wishes. And obviously I'm very grateful that everything is great. And I hope to be back in a few weeks. I'll have to let you know. But if you want today's packet, make sure you look at the beginning of the video where everything is listed, because it's got a link, a shopping link, but also will explain exactly what you get with your purchase. But don't forget, it's Sale-A-Bration, so you're gonna have your option and your choice of different things that you'll be able to choose from in the Sale-A-Bration catalog. When you order on my website at chick.stampinup.net, it will walk you through and it will say, don't forget to choose your Sale-A-Bration items. So that's always good. But any questions at all, don't hesitate to send me a message, you guys, or an email. But a message is just fine through Facebook. I will respond. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching today. I love you lots. Take care. Bye-bye.